Hello everybody, thank you so much for clicking on this video. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to create art, practice art, warm-up pieces. If you're a beginner, you're not sure if you like to paint, you don't want to waste a lot of money on art supplies, I'm going to show you how easy it is to use things you may have already laying around your house. And all I use in this video are these cheap paint by number paints, a broke down ragged brush, some clips, and a composition notebook. This is what we paint on in this video. And I did this one that day as a warm-up, and in the video, I show you guys how to paint this. Okay? And it's on notebook paper. And I actually recorded the painting part of the video last week sometime, and the paper has still held up. Look, no rips, no tears, nothing. Of course, there's some buckling and wrinkling because it is notebook paper, but it has held up. Okay, so you don't have to worry about painting something you really like and then it disintegrating right before your eyes because it's on notebook paper. That's not going to happen. Okay, all right. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and you have a great and wonderful day. Bye. Now, if you have children, I'm sure you have a handful of these somewhere around your home, and this is a composition notebook. My kids are, two of my grandkids are homeschooled, so we have billions of these around the house. And you probably have hundreds of these laying somewhere. And these are just these little cheap acrylic tubs of paint that come in like paint by numbers. And I'm going to show you, this is all you need to start creating art. You do not need to go out and spend a heap ton of money on art supplies as a beginner, and you don't even know if you're going to like to paint. Right? These materials, these mediums, the expensive paint, the expensive sketchbook, the expensive canvas, the expensive brushes, don't do you any good until you build up your skills. And once you have your skills built up, then yes, the expensive art supplies do help you. Your art will look amazing. But if you don't have your skills built up, when I say skills, I mean color mixing skills, tonal value to perform, light and shadow. You need your skills built up before you go buy expensive art supplies and then realize it was a waste of money because your art still looks like crap. Okay? And I say this because I've been there and done that. So I'm gonna show you, this is all you need. Can't get any cheaper than this. Okay? This is notebook paper. And I'm gonna show you that this notebook paper will hold layers and layers and layers and layers of acrylic paint if you know what you're doing. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Okay, so I painted this morning right here. There's layers of paint on this notebook paper right here, and it is going to buckle because it is, don't forget, notebook paper. It's not meant to hold, this is not what it's meant to do. It's not meant to hold paint. We're forcing it to do something that it's not meant to do, okay? So the first thing you need to do, I'm going to put a sheet of paper behind this because you don't want all your papers glued together. I'm going to clamp our edges. It's going to help hold the notebook paper straight, okay? If you don't have these clamps, you have clothespins. What are the things that go on paper clips, clothespins, something to hold the paper down. That's all you need. Okay, and I wouldn't even suggest watercolor at all, because there's going to be a lot of techniques that you will not be able to do on notebook paper with watercolor. You'll be very limited. So what I like to do is take a layer of acrylic paint, any layer, any acrylic paint, any color, whatever you want to use is fine. It does not matter. Just needs to be a layer of. Okay, people say use gesso, and yes, gesso will work. If you go back, I have video after video of me gessoing notebook paper. But if you're a beginner, chances are you've never heard of gesso. You probably don't have gesso around. So use some of the paint you found. I like to use this house paint that was left when they broke my barn out, aka Studio. They left 2 cans of house paint and I've been using it. So what you're going to do is take your acrylic paint and just put a layer down over your notebook paper. This is going to prime that notebook paper and help it hold all the layers of paint that we're about to put on here. Okay? Go ahead and just put it on your notebook. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just needs to be on here. Not going for perfect. See how it's buckling? It's fine. It doesn't bother me. If it bothers you, then I don't suggest you use notebook paper. Okay? Alright. Now, I'm going to let this dry. Okay, we're back. It's dry. Excuse the fly. Every time I open my door, about 20 of them come in here. Minimal water. You do not want a lot of water when you're painting on cheap notebook paper. Okay? Or notebook paper of any kind. Alright, so I'm making sure that I squeeze all the water out of my book. I don't know about these colors that we're sitting here with. I'm going to do the best I can with them. I found these. Let's look at them. I should have these open already. Looks like my granddaughter's pretty much emptied most of them out. Hold on. We put y'all on a pause. We will use these. It looks like we have a black, a white, some kind of yellow, blue, which is probably some kind of name like sky blue, canary yellow. It looks like a pinky, maybe magenta type color, and purple. That's what we have to work with, okay? And I'm gonna draw with my marker. All right. We're just gonna do a pear. I'm gonna this pear coffee cup kit, and that's what we're gonna do. And I'm also gonna use a tiny little cheapy twirl brush. This brush has had it. I don't know if you guys can see this thing, but it has had better days. So we're gonna use. Okay. Let's go ahead and draw our pear out. Start with a ball. I don't like it to be completely round. And then I'm going to triangle on top and your stem. Make the stem. Okay. And then it is going to sit on the table. All right. Go ahead and pop these open. All right. Let's go ahead and let me grab a paper plate because I'm going to do some mixing. I am going to spray these down a little bit. They seem to be a little tacky. So what I'm going to do is draw our pear. Connect, and what all you're doing is connecting your triangle to your circle. Right, at this point, that's all you're doing. Okay. Now we need to figure out which way our light's coming from, and I usually always put the shadow on my right, so I'm gonna stick to that. I'm leaning some of this black, and a lot of people say, don't use black. Well, I use it. Companies make it for a reason, and I use it. I'm just gonna display black just for this one. I might add something to it later. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pop in our shadow. You see, I'm not adding a lot of water to this paint. That's the secret to painting on cheap paper. Limit your water. Okay, some shadow. There's so much glare off this paint, I can't hardly see what I'm doing. Okay. And then, all right, and I think I want a pink there. So we'll go ahead and lay some pink on this side. Magenta, whatever color this is. It's a little magenta to me. And it's mixing with the black, and I'm okay with that for now because we need some mid-tones in here. So I'm totally fine with that. I'm going to let that dry and pop something into the back. And for the back, I'm going to stick to basically the same colors that are on the pear. Let's get some of this out. And it's a little white. You see some black mixing in there, that's okay, fine with it. Just create harmony within the painting. Pop this in. And this background will be changed. It's not how I leave it. My background may go through 2 or 3 different tonal changes throughout the painting. This is just to get us started. Okay, on this side, we're going to go lighter on this side because our light's coming in. And we'll work in the background. Now, let's add some yellow to this magenta and see what we come up with for our background. I like that. Pop some white. My white is very contaminated. Pop some white in here. Okay, yeah, like that. And then just go over what we just done. Letting some of that pink poke through. Alright, now I'm going to let that dry. Let's work on our table. And I want the table to be I want it to be almost white, so I'm going to have to use what I have in this tub. We'll pop out some very cheap Walmart brand white paint. We're going to let the purple again just pop through different areas. Let that dry. I'll go back to working on up here. And right now, to me, up here it's super dark, so I'm going to bring in a lot of light. So I'm going to bring, this is Essentials, Walmart Titanium White. Oh, Lane Nickel. It's actually the name brand, but it's a brand that's selling Walmart, so pretty cheap, like $1.97 a tube, I think. Okay. All you're doing is layering. You're just layering, layering, layering. I'll tell you, what I do is I layer until I get something I like. That is it. I layer until I get something I like. Don't do a lot of planning. You may plan a little bit depending on what I'm actually painting, but not a lot of planning, not a lot of detail. I can't, my brain, that just sucks the fun right out of it. Now we're going to make this MIDI color and go in right here. Okay, and I'm going to turn my shadow to this dark purpley color. Put some color into that black. I'm going to use our shadow. So get in. A lot of times I have to go back in and reestablish my darks. Or I feel like I have to. I may not have to, but I feel like I need to. You know. Okay. A little water. This is a notebook paper. Okay. I'm going to take the white this time. Start with the white and just a pinch of the magenta. That's actually a little too much. So a heap ton of white, pinch of magenta, and we're going to go in. On where the light should be hitting. I don't have a reference in front of me, run off my mind, my imagination. So where I think the light should be hitting this pair is where I'm putting these marks. And a lot of times I'll smear with my finger. I'll make a light different marks you can get with your finger. I hope it wears not as bad for you guys as it is for me right now. I'm having a really hard time seeing what I'm doing. Over on the skin. And I really like this peachy color that we made, so I'll make some more of that. Put that with blue on this and see what we can get. Way too much. No, I like that. It's pretty. A little more magenta. A little more. Some white. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. I'm just playing with different variations of the colors I have out. It's good to stick to a limited palette. I mean, you can get so many colors just from a very limited palette. It's amazing. And I'm going to make this even lighter. Light it's dark, like the contrast. So I'm gonna make this light right through here, like right about to here. Maybe a little bit lower, right about here. And then this is gonna be super dark. So it'll be dark, light, dark, light. So we'll stick with our light for now. And pop it in up here in this corner. Because this looks like this is where our light's coming from, so just so it makes sense to people's brains when they view it. We'll make this top corner super light, this bottom corner super light, just like this. Then I will go in with that super light and mix it with whatever I'm making my dark with. Pop it right here, right up against this white color. I'm going to spin and bring it out. And then That's my insurance card. Hold on. Right out. And back to our light color. And kind of mixing it into that dark. So it's not separate. You want it to kind of merge itself together. And each time I go in, I'm putting my value a little bit lighter, a little bit lighter, a little bit lighter. Right now, we're going to play with the table some more. I'm just going to go in with just white. Maybe a dab of that yellow, not a lot, just enough to warm it up. What am I doing here? You see, I got a lot of water coming out of my brush. Warm. Too much water on that paper. Okay. Dab of yellow, maybe yellow, hold on. So warm up this white. This isn't a video about painting the fair. It's about how notebook paper will hold layers and layers of paint if you do it right. So I'm going to add another layer to the fair and then I'm going to color it. I'm going to color it on this one. Okay, so I'm going to this light. So it's in there. Damn yellow in this. I'm coming in just in here. Just enough so it's not stark white. Which I'm fine with. And I don't, sometimes, and I can't say that I don't. A lot of times, I do not completely mix my colors on my palette. I will mix mine within the painting itself. So I know I hear a lot of people say, don't do that. Well, I do it and it's just fine for me. It's something that I like to do. But the only reason I do it, and this is just a tip for you guys, the beginners out there, that you don't want to take the time to do your color mixing. You don't want to take the time to do color swatches. It's not fun. Well, number one, it is fun. Okay, I love color swatching. Number two, the more you do, the more you get to know your colors. That's why I can do this on mix on the paper, because I already know what colors I grab. I know what they're going to do once I get them on paper. It's not a mystery to me. I know what it's going to look like. Okay. All right. And that's it. That's all we're going to do for this video. This pair. I mean, I could add layers and layers more to the background, to the table, to really work on it, but for this video, just to show you how you can paint on notebook paper, it will hold layers and layers of acrylic paint. There you go. Like, it is so layered on there. Okay? I need to let that dry. So whatever art supplies you have at home, there's the other one. They dry perfectly fine. As you see, no tears, no rips. Perfect. No tears, no rips, no nothing. The crinkles will work themselves out a little bit. So as long as you can paint past the buckling, if you can get past the buckling and just ignore it, ignore the buckling of the paper as you're doing this, you can use a notebook. It's fine. And that's a lot of practice in there if you can use a notebook. Okay? And whatever paint you have and whatever brush you have. Alright. Okay, you guys have a great and wonderful day. Bye.